Hashtag Philly Stat Line Weekly Wrap-Up for June 13th, 2026. Welcome to another edition of Philly Stat Line, your high-frequency deep dive into the numbers moving the needle in Philadelphia sports. It is Saturday, June 13th, 2026. The transition into the absolute heart of the summer sports calendar is in full effect, bringing a highly volatile, data-heavy stretch of baseball out on the road, alongside critical roster sorting as the football and basketball front offices begin laying down their baseline plans for the upcoming season. We start over in the American Family Field dugout, where the Philadelphia Phillies are looking to stabilize after kicking off a tough weekend road series against the Milwaukee Brewers. Last night, Friday, June 12th, the Phils ran into a true pitching buzzsaw, getting completely blanked in a 6-0 shutout loss. The story of last night's game came down to a total lack of situational execution. The Phillies' bats were held to a meager 3 hits on the night, struggling to find any sustained momentum or put pressure on the Brewers' starting rotation. Despite the tough weekend opener, the bigger mathematical picture from the past week shows a team that is continuing to show remarkable resilience. Prior to arriving in Milwaukee, the Phils put together a highly impressive showing north of the border, taking 2 out of 3 games against the Toronto Blue Jays at the Rogers Center. On Monday, June 8th, the Phils executed a highly clinical 5-2 victory. After dropping a tight 3-2 nail-biter on Tuesday, the bats exploded on Wednesday, June 10th, for a commanding 7-4 triumph to secure the series win. When you take a step back and look at the broader standings, the Phillies find themselves holding a respectable 37-32 record overall. They are currently occupying second place in the National League East, sitting 8 games back of the division-leading Atlanta Braves. A major driver of their stabilization has been their performance away from South Philly, where they currently hold an 18-15 road record. The internal coaching metrics under manager Don Mattingly continue to emphasize a high-contact floor, which has helped the team navigate recent rotation turbulence. The Fightin' Phils will look to break out of their mini-skid and even up the series in Milwaukee this evening, with first pitch scheduled for 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Switching over to the gridiron, life at the NovaCare complex has officially entered a massive evaluation phase following the conclusion of mandatory minicamp and OTAs. With the earth-shaking A.J. Brown trade now firmly in the rearview, the coaching staff and front office have been aggressively collecting data to project the team's final 53-man roster architecture. The numbers coming out of the wide receiver room indicate an absolute wide-open race for depth behind Devonta Smith. In the wake of Brown's departure, off-season acquisitions Dontavian Wicks and Marquise Hollywood Brown have been taking high-volume reps, but first-round draft selection Mekhi Lemon continues to be the primary statistical standout of the spring. Running in the number 9 jersey, Lemon has consistently logged elite separation metrics during 7-on-7 and team drills. To fine-tune the defensive side of the ball, Howie Roseman executed a quick depth shuffle this past week, signing veteran edge rusher A.J. Epineza to shore up the rotational pass rushing metrics while officially waiving linebackers Chance Campbell and Isaiah King. The defensive staff is heavily prioritizing lateral closing speed as they transition toward training camp next month. Meanwhile, on the basketball side of the complex, new president of basketball operations Mike Ganzi has officially initiated his first formal media circuits since taking the reins from the interim leadership of Bob Myers. Ganzi is walking into a highly complex fiscal puzzle, with the Sixers currently holding the 22nd overall selection in the upcoming June draft. The front office's internal data models indicate that the rookie scale salary for that slot sits at just over $3.7 million. Because the Sixers are projectively operating with roughly $22.5 million of space below the first luxury tax apron, Ganzi's team is running high-frequency modeling to determine whether to utilize that pick on a cost-controlled asset like an elite catch-and-shoot wing, or package the asset entirely to create immediate max-level cap flexibility to surround Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey with proven veteran depth before the free agency market officially opens. Finally, we take a quick look at the ice, where the Philadelphia Flyers front office is in deep preparation for the upcoming NHL entry draft. Armed with fresh data from a highly resilient 98-point season, In their first second-round playoff appearance in over a decade, the analytical staff is heavily auditing major junior scouting databases to add elite finishing talent to their forward pipeline. That is your Philly stat line for the week of June 13th, 2026. The front office chess matches are heating up across the leagues, while the Phillies continue to test their depth on the road. Catch us next Saturday for more high-frequency analytics and roster updates. Rep your city in style. The summer grind is officially here, but true Philly fandom never takes a vacation. Whether you are tracking the run differential metrics out on the road, breaking down the financial apron space for the draft, or tracking the new roster battles at NovaCare, do it in the best streetwear in the city. Shop the latest identity-driven athletic gear and Philly-inspired designs at inkiq.shop/product category/Philly streetwear. That is inkiq.shop/product category/Philly streetwear.